everybody? Drake Bill here with another video. Today is day 3 and the last video of this Gen 3 rebuild. Right now we are on our way to go get Nick. He is the owner of the Gen 3. Today's plans are to basically take the engine and put it back inside the car and get it running. And this will better finish his tune because we want to take him to the track this Thursday and see what kind of baseline numbers he could get. It'll be his first time doing some big races, so I know he's excited. It is beautiful outside, nice and foggy, 60 degrees. Hopefully it stays like this all day, or at least cold all day, because this heat is just not it. That's how you feeling? And when we pick up Nick, we have a surprise for him. We're gonna play that one song. Help me, fuck me, daddy better make me choke. If you know, you know. He lives in a nice neighborhood, so we're gonna be extra loud and extra annoying just for him. Give me a finished heart. Oh, he got it ready. If I look tired, it's because I am. I went to sleep at like 4 in the morning last night. It's currently 9:21. So yeah, I'm gonna be struggling today. I need some caffeine. If you guys don't already, follow me on Instagram at Drake Built. You get to see a lot of build stuff going on there, especially with my Gen 1. And also don't forget to cop your fire ass merch at DrakeBuiltPerformance.com. The link is in the description. Never that jibber jabber shit, man. Let's go get Nick.
Daddy better make me choke. Help me, fuck me.
Well, I gotta get gas in a Monster and I scraped really bad. Fuck. It was already broken, but like, now I gotta take off the other half because I don't want it to look all ugly. And I lost my blow clip. Gotta put in a new one. Fucking A. Son of a bitch. You owe me your front lips, so we gotta pick you up. We also got my tan line outside today. I gotta try to get this shit better because it's bad. I decided to get my snacks early on. $88 and it wasn't even empty. When my tank is actually empty, it costs $100 for a full tank. This shit is expensive, man. I just paid $5.80, 89 cents a gallon, I think is what it said. But if you don't know, AMPM's jalapeno corn dogs, gas, the best corn dogs you'll ever have. Now let's get to the shop. And we're here. Hey bud, what is this on your hood and fender? Is this cum? Looks like it was like this.
Oh my fuck. You motherfucker.
You motherfucker.
What is it?
There's cum.
Dippin' dot, bro.
Yeah, my Dippin' Dot.
Oh, that's my fault. I couldn't help it.
Wait, why is there black chunks in it though?
Don't worry about it.
Let's get this thing started, man. Brother, what is this oily mess you've made?
Yeah, when clean the fucking floor for me.
He cleaned your mess? What's dumb is there was no oil left in the engine, and somehow like 3 quarts ended up on the ground. Again, after cleaning it.
It's all in the motion.
Damn! Damn! They are pulling the trans off of the old block. This way we could disconnect the converter, put it back in the trans, and then move it over to his new engine, which is over there. And there we are. Bro, let's get some rags laid down. What are we doing? And here is the fully assembled long block. You guys should have put on the headers after the transmission. Yeah, you should have put on the headers after the trans because torquing the converter bolts is going to be a little annoying having long tubes in the way. But it's nothing the fucking goat can't handle. But like I said, it is fully assembled. All of the cooler lines and everything are back on. One of these was bent. Oh, you bent it straight? Good boy. Has both the AC and serpentine belt on as well. Has used plugs. Used spark plugs. That's a first for me. I've never heard of somebody putting used plugs in a brand new engine. But let him do what he wants to do, I suppose. Still waiting for parts to come in for this Gen 1. We have a lot of stuff on the way. If you guys remember from the last video, we did the TBM's ARP extended studs, as well as the titanium lug nuts. The rear was having some complications because of the aftermarket axles and whatever aftermarket like knuckle is in there. So I still have to sort that out, but I'm not really too worried about it. Damn, we got a lot of prep and shit on here, man. I would like to have my Gen 1 running up in like sometime in May. But a lot of parts are on back order, so it's kind of looking like maybe June. But I don't want this car down for all that long. I want it up and running ASAP. We so far have his Gen 3 up in the air. We're about to lower it here soon and drop the K-member on some jack stands and then put the engine and trans on top of it. This is where we can start wrapping it up. I want to be out of here by like 4 or 5 o'clock. Hell no. All right, I'm gonna set you guys up somewhere around here and we'll get a little time lapse of us dropping the K-member down and everything else, putting the engine on, and then I'll pick up the camera again to give you guys some detailed video of how to put this together on the engine.
I'm spinning. I get no traction.
See, you'd have traction if you didn't get your oil all over the place.
Well, I'm about to put on traction control. Oh, traction control.
I got a package right now, and I don't know what I ordered. Wait, what is this? What is this? What the fuck? Oh, this is for my brother's car. Man, I wanted something for me, not my fucking brother. This is whack. Brody got new throttle body. It's the same throttle body that he already had, but his is failed. So it's time to put in this new one. But I don't feel like doing that right now. Not right now. He can wait. You guys ready, Freddie? I thought you were ready, Freddie. Watch that caliper. You can let go of the strut. Power, let the whole K-member shift. Fuck. It's too easy. Now we got the K-member on stands. Time to bring that engine over here and throw it up top. Unroute the harness like so. Like so. This actually goes back here. That is part of the starter. Goes to the starter. Why is it all fucking wonky though? Damn. And then here's where it goes to the frame with a little 10mm nut. And that's pretty much it. This will be fine like that. No, I don't want it like that. Like that. All right, go get your engine. Go get it. Let's push this big ass doink over there. Ach. Ach. Come on. Let's go. Ugh. Bro, you got a motor mount bracket under here. What the hell, boy? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Now, let me show you what we do here. These are the converter nuts. Do not lose those. Now, when you're filling your converter, you always put in the fluid, let it bubble up, let it sit, and you keep going until it's full. This one's pretty much full. We're gonna add maybe like a couple little driblets. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it into the trans. So let's fill it first and then we'll put it in. What I do is I just lay a rag down right here at the bottom of the bell housing, because when you go to put this up and in, it's gonna spill. And so, you go like this, and you just be quick with it. There we go, there's one. And then you're just gonna spin. There's two. And that should be good right there. What you wanna look for, oh no, we still have one more. What you look for is come up top. This shaft here, see from this view, versus the bell housing should be flush. Get more flush with it. Right there, you see how it's poking out? It's not in all the way. So you just keep spinning until it gets in. This last one is the annoying one. Are we in park or neutral? Bam. Look at it, you see how it's spilling? Or it's spilled. It's normal. This is why you always have to top off the trans fluid after you put in the converter and everything. Especially having the trans lines off the trans, you're gonna lose some fluid. Boom! You seen that? Yeah. You seen that? And now look at it from the top view, and this shaft is flush. See it? Boom, it's flush. That is how you know you're in all the way. It just takes patience. Sometimes it can be a pain in the ass. This one didn't want to go in right off the bat, but that's it. Wipe off the last bit of fluid that did spill. Regardless, when it spills, some fluid's still gonna dribble out. It doesn't mean you have a leak. It's just normal. It's behind the bell housing, behind the converter, which you can't feel because there's not enough hand room. But that's it for the converter. It's in. What I personally like to do is I take one of the studs and I line it up with the middle of the bell housing here. And then what we'll do is we'll turn over the engine to where one of the holes is upright. This way, when we go to put in the trans to the engine, we already have a good baseline of where it's gonna sit. So it's easier to put the nuts on. There's less work you have to do like that. Okay, the harness and everything else, like the AC compressor and such, is on the engine. Ignore the batteries. We have this to weigh down the front end. We usually, on a stock K-member, that loops back all the way to the header. Put the jack stands there, but this is a BMR drag K-member, so we don't have that. So it wants to teeter. So that's why we have this for weight. But now you get to see us struggle to put this converter and trans up to the flex plate and engine. We also have to turn this and get that straight.
We both still young, so what's the rush? The night is young and we not drunk enough. You'll come around if I don't do too much. We had our downs, but we had way more ups. Let's make love. That be the reason that you always hit me up. You like the way I feel, cause I get buff. You told me you knew me, don't make you.
And there she is, very easy. It went on very smooth. Our technique is just goated. Can't at me. And don't worry, for all the haters, there's surface area spread amongst us. The engine and trans is ready to go up and into the car. We're gonna top off trans fluid. We're gonna put 1 quart. Obviously, we're gonna have to go through the cycles of all the gears and everything and then check the level. But usually, in most cases, 1 quart falls out. He's pretty much about to be due for his trans fluid flush anyway. But we're gonna do top off and then we'll get the time lapse of us putting it in.
Come here, I knock you out the damn frame. Remember that last time I made you miss your damn plane? Remember that last time I wet you down with champagne? Remember that? And I know I've been the worst, but I love you better if you let me. Let's catch a flight, change the weather.
Boop, there it is. Engine and trans are back up and in the car. The K-member, all 8 nuts are tight. Now it's time for drive shaft, the trans bracket, and then whatever else we could get from the bottom, rotors, calipers, and then that's about it. This thing's pretty much ready to rock here in the next hour and maybe 2 hours, I would say. It's only 1:30 in the afternoon. We started at like 11 o'clock, so we're making really, really good time. We've also kind of been digging around too. We haven't even been like going hard at the car. We've just kind of been like, let's do this, let's do that. Boom! In its full entirety is just about ready. They relocated his reservoir just because here's already a tight fitment. So we have a little bracket made. What? And of course we have to bleed coolant. We have to bleed both front brakes. We have to top off trans fluid. And then go through the runaround, make sure there's no leaks or anything else. And that's about it. This thing is ready to go. It is also currently only 2:30 in the afternoon. So we went from an engine on a stand and a transmission on that block to about to be a full running car. Well, lucky for us, his battery's dead. So go get your new fucking battery, motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
Well, sirs and sisses, I made a rookie mistake. I forgot to put the RPM pulse ring on the back of the crank between the crank and the flex plate. So we're trying to crank it up and it wasn't getting any spark. And I was like, I know what it is. So we're going to pull the trans. We're going to pull the flex plate, put on the RPM pulse ring, boop. And then put on the flex plate again, converter and trans, boop, drive shaft. And then it's good to go. Realistically, it should take us about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, if that. I would say within an hour we should have it done. So I guess let's get started on pulling off that trans, put that flex plate, or sorry, the RPM pulse ring, and put it all back together, and then start it back up again. And the reason why I know it's the RPM pulse ring is because I've done it once before on a manual car, torquing up the flywheel and the clutch and everything, get the bell housing, we're trying to crank it, it's not getting a spark, and I'm like, what the fuck am I missing? We did some research, and sure enough, it was the RPM pulse ring. So I made that mistake again. It's been so long till I was doing so good without making that mistake, but it is what it is. We'll put it on, not a big deal. And here we are, about 15 minutes later, the trans is out, and sure enough, I pull off the flex plate, and it's not there. This is what it looks like. It's got the little teeth on it. This is what tells the car to give it spark, and it only fits up one way. It has a little hole that goes in, and all of these are offset, so it only bolts up one way. Now that we have that in, let's put in the flex plate, torque it back up with some Loctite. We'll get this doink back up and in there and start her up. And 2 seconds later, the flex plate is back on and torqued down to spec with some Loctite. So let's get this trans back up and in. This hopefully is not gonna be all too bad, man. It just sucks that you can't see like the dowels and stuff, but it is what it is. We've done it plenty of times before, getting transmissions on and off with a car up in the air. That's not a problem. Let's get it done. All right, we are now ready to actually start the car. It should fire up. It might be a little bit rough just because empty fuel and the fuel rails, of course. And then, I don't know, it might be a little bit rough and then pick up and we should be good. He has to give it a little bit of gas to get it going because before the engine even blew, it was a little bit rough to get it started on cold start. So here we go. All right, bro. Your battery? Go again. She started right up. It's gonna be smoky because remember, there was a shit ton of oil, but remember there was a lot of oil in the headers and on the headers because of him blowing his engine. So let it smoke, it's gonna do its thing, it'll burn it all off, and then it's gonna be pretty much good to go. Now we pretty much have to check for any leaks under the car, oil leaks, coolant leaks, fuel leaks, because he does have aftermarket fuel rails, he has AN lines. But so far we're looking dry as my DMs. Did I see something fall? Did you see that? Maybe it was just dust or something, I don't know. But she's looking good and she's sounding good. Like I said, the smoke is completely normal. It's gonna do that, especially from our hand oils and everything else. Oil was literally everywhere when he popped this motor. It's easily gonna take probably 30 minutes, I would say, of idling to burn off all the oil from inside that exhaust and everything else, because he even has a resonator, like a center muffler, that was full of oil. It's gonna be a while for it to continue, or sorry, to get rid of the smoke, but she lives. But there she is, no codes or nothing. She's idling good. She running real good, buddy. She running real good. You ready to pop this one?
Give me at least a year, bro.
A year? Yeah, we'll give you a year. We'll give you a year, then we'll just fucking rev it out to 10K.
Again? Yeah.
Yeah. We'll touch 10K on it and then blow it up. And there she is. To everybody who doubted us on Instagram when this motor popped, granted it was a stock motor, everybody was like, that shit ain't gonna be running anytime soon. It was literally down for a week, so fuck you to all the haters. She's running great. Fans are not turning on yet. She's not at operating temp. We still got to bleed the coolant, bleed from brakes, and she's pretty much done. I take it back. This brake line was never disconnected. It was only this hard line to the soft line to the caliper. So only this one has to be bled. This thing's all done. Looking good and sounding good. I'm hyped. And she lives to see another day. I wouldn't want it any other way. Look, as it's getting more heat, it's smoking some more. Burn off all that oil, buddy. It's all built up inside of there. And here she is. Hey, you popped my bag. Sheesh. He's all excited. He looks nervous as fuck. Yeah, you're good. Go around the block.
I did family say crank relearn.
Say it again.
Family said crank relearn. It's already done.
Oh, you did a crank relearn? Woo! Baby, come back. You can blame it on me. I was wrong, and I cannot live without you. The Gen 1's chilling with my girl, Ice Spice. That's a good boy, bro. He eating her tits. Look at this shit. He eating her tits. So, how to drive?
Drives like a charm.
Drives like a charm.
Back.
It's still smoking a bunch because that muffler is literally filled with oil. There's easily probably a quart of oil inside that muffler. Probably a full quart. So it's going to burn for a few days. Let's get all of that shit out. Plus all the assembly lube that we put in the cylinder walls to lube it so there's no friction on the pistons. But she's solid. Now we're going to pull my brother's car out of Sir Leo's shop and then pull it back into my shop so he can pick it up tomorrow. We got his new throttle body. Springer SS on Instagram if you want to follow him. This is my brother's car, and it sounds really good too. Let's give it a little cold start. She is full bolt-on and E85. Yeah, buddy, I like that. Damn, this motherfucker sound like a chopping. I love the LT platform. Bringing it into the daylight after, I think, a week it's been in here. Sorry, Leo. Sorry for taking up your storage for a week. We just been fucking packed in my shop. And there she is, buddy. Looking good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his throttle body's the fucking issue with this thing. But we'll swap it over real quick and then get it to him because I want this thing gone. Plus, I want him to enjoy his car. I know he misses it. This thing is his baby. I mean, obviously, you could tell this thing is super clean. Inside and outside. Bring her on in, bud. Oh, he's low. I forgot. That's my apologies. Fuck you, Dylan. That's what you get for free labor. Ugh. Get me out. Get me out. At last, we could finally go home. It's only 5:30. Like, literally went from having an engine on a stand and a rolling chassis to it back up and running, fully assembled. Let's go. Literally running perfect. It couldn't be any better. It's running better than it was before. The idle sounds much cleaner. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And no leaks. It needs to add some coolant though. Just a little bit. Well, we are going to end the video here. If you guys enjoyed the video, which I'm sure you guys did, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Deuces.